Yo, what up everybody, it's your boy Goose, and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a S'more Candyland custom Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Now this idea came inspired by a friend of mine, Yugioh everything, linked down below. He wanted to have like a S'more and a Candyland put together, and I'm like, why not? So now for this deck, I'm going to split it between S'mores and Candyland. With S'mores, I want them to be more like burn your opponent or gain life points or summon Smart Kid tokens. Our level 5 or higher S'more monsters can be special summoned either from the hand, graveyard, or banishment, and either way by attributing Smart Kid tokens. Now, level 4 and lower S'more monsters have the effect when they're attributed to summon a higher S'more monster or Candyland monster that are unaffected by card effects. Now let's start off with Adventure S'more. Now Adventure S'more allows you to add a card from your deck to your hand as well as gain life points by banishing it from the graveyard. Next we have is Baby S'more. Now Baby S'more can summon up to 2 copies when it's destroyed by battle card effects, and it could bring your opponent for 500 when it's destroyed. Now with Mini S'more here, you can discard it, so anytime your opponent activates a card effect, they get burned for each card they activate, and both players lose 1,000 when it's sent to the graveyard. You can discard some more Hot Cocoa from your hand, so all your monsters gain attack equal to its attack, and when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you gain life points equal to its current attack. If S'more Child is summoned by attributing a S'more monster, it prevents both players from summoning from the extra deck and negates extra deck monsters' effects. Perfect S'more can prevent each player from activating 1 card type per turn, and you can discard it to add a limited suite or S'more card to your hand. Now our main guy, S'mores Man, when it's summoned by attributing a S'more Kid token, it can bring your opponent for each S'more monster you have on the field, as well as attributing 1 to gain life points equal to its attack. Onto the spell cards. Now, don't you want S'more summons 2 S'more Kid tokens and you can pay life points to add it right back to your hand. The cool thing about this is by attributing your S'more Kid tokens, your new monsters are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. Now we have some more ingredients that allows you to add any S'more card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. It can also give you life points by returning it and other cards too. On to the trap cards. Now one S'more is a monster negator and it allows you to special summon 1 S'more Kid token. More double stuff is like a limited removal and magician's navigation all in one. It doubles your monster's attacks and it can negate any card effect by banishing it up from the graveyard. Now that we're done with some more cards, we're on to the Candyland cards. Now Candyland cards revolve around 2 cards, 1 from the main deck and 1 from the extra decks. Now this field spell allows you to add 1 of them from the deck, as well as special summoning any Candyland monsters, protecting Candyland and S'more monsters from destruction, and recycle some of the cards that you will need from the grave so you can use them again. Limited Suites is the trap card of the deck that not only protects your S'more monsters and Candyland monsters, but especially summons the Candyland monster ignoring their summoning condition. Monster Queen Frostine. She's able to negate any card effect by attributing a Candyland monster or sending 1 from the extra deck to the graveyard. Also, she gets to pop a card when she's summoned by a Candyland card effect. Onto the extra deck. Now, every card in the extra deck has an effect that activates when it's sent to the graveyard by Queen Frostine's effect, as well as their attack range for 5 to 1100. Now, some more here is a reference from a breakfast item from a place called Mimom's, and it allows you to take control of an opponent's monster when it's sent, and it gives you life points when it's synchro summoned. Now, I don't know about you, but I love a good candy corn. Corny Corn here can attack twice and is responsible for banishing cards in your opponent's graveyard, whether it's when it's synchro summoned as a quick effect or by Queen Frostine's effect. It can also negate that card effect that it's banishing. Now to close off our synchro monsters, we have Lord Licorice of Candyland. Lord Licorice is a villain from the Candyland board game, and when it's synchro summoned, it can have all your opponent's attack points equal to his attack points, which is 1100. And when it's sent to the graveyard by Queen Frostine's effect, it gets to half all their opponent's attack points as well. As a quick effect, it can target any normal spell or trap card from either graveyard and activate it as well. And that does it for our synchro monsters. Now on to our link monsters. Now a little something about all our link monsters is you just require a S'more and or Candyland monster to summon them. You also get to know they all have the same effect, whether it's link summon, the quick effect, or sent by Queen Frostine's effect. So it's easier to know which does what because they all have the same idea of what to do. Regarding our link monsters, we have Candyland Jolly, a character from the Candyland board game, and its effect allows us to draw 1 card. Next, we have Candyland Gingerbread Man, who is able to special summon any Candyland monster from the graveyard, ignoring its summoning conditions, because naturally extra cards can't be summoned if they're not summoned properly. Mr. Mint is a character from the Candyland board game, and Candyland Mr. Mint has effects that force your opponent to discard a card from their hand, and when it's summoned by a Candyland effect, negates graveyard effects. Miss Nut of Candyland is also a character from the board game, and has a Firewall Dragon effect that adds cards from the field or graveyard to the hand, but if it's a monster as a once per turn effect, you gain life points. Now closing out the deck, we have Candyland King Candy, straight from the board game. Now with his effect, you get to draw one card, add Candyland or Unlimited Sweets to your hand, and you get to special summon him when he's sent by Queen Frostine's effect. His main effect is he gives every Candyland monster 2,000 attack points, which is why their attacks are so low. And that wraps it up. Now thank you guys for watching. Thanks Yugioh everything for the inspiration. Comment down below your favorite card and what decks I should try next. But with that being said, I'm sending positive vibes and kindness to everyone, and keep things PG. Positively Goose. Bye guys.